Hello and welcome to your YouTube channel, My Expert Doctor. I am Dr. Shalini Singh Salunke, your consultant physician. Through this channel, we intend to provide you health-related, science-based, authentic information directly from medical experts so that you can have a safe, healthy and happy future. Today, we are going to talk about anemia or low hemoglobin. It's just not a problem in India, actually it's a global issue. Yes, around 1/3 of population in the world is suffering from anemia. If we talk about Indian statistics or Indian numbers, every 1 out of 4 men, every 1 out of 2 females, every 1 out of 2 child is suffering from anemia. There are many types of anemias. If we talk about iron deficiency anemia, sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, hereditary spherocytosis, aplastic anemia and many others. But the most common is iron deficiency anemia. It constitutes about 50% of all cases of anemia. The best part is it can be easily managed at home. You don't have to pay a lot of medical bills, a lot of money or waste money on medicines or supplements. You can just make small changes in your daily dietary intake and can take care of few things and you are done. You're free of anemia, or rather iron deficiency anemia. Before starting today's topic, it's just a small request that if you like today's video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family because as I have explained, anemia is a huge problem. Many of your family members probably would be suffering from this, so it can be a help to them. Also, subscribe to this channel because it could be your first step towards your good health in future. So don't miss it. Subscribe the channel and also hit the bell icon so that you will get the notifications of upcoming videos. So let's start today's video. Iron deficiency anemia is actually a lack of iron or deficiency of iron in your body which is leading to anemia. Now how can you cure it or how can you manage it? By increasing your iron intake and by reducing the iron loss. Now how can you achieve this? Simply by following 6 steps that I am going to tell you now. The first one, increase intake of food items which are rich sources of iron. Now, if we talk about food sources, there are 2 types of iron. One is your heme iron which comes from animal sources. This type of iron is easily absorbed in the body. Its absorbent efficiency is more. Now, how can you achieve that? By consuming chicken meat, poultry, oyster, fishes. If you like, you can consume it. The second is the non-heme part or non-heme type of iron which comes from vegetable sources. A huge list is there. In your screen as of now, you can see 15-20 items which are rich sources of iron and you can consume it on a daily basis. It is easily available as well. The only problem is these food items, the vegetarian sources or the non-heme type is not absorbed easily in the body. Reason being, the vegetarian sources have phytates, a chemical in them which inhibits or which interferes with the absorption of iron in the body. So what's the solution? What can you do? It's not like that vegetarian people cannot have iron source in the body, right? So the solution is cook, soak and germinate. You have to cook the food properly. You have to soak it like you soak lentils like rajma, chole, black grams. And you have to germinate like you germinate the sprouts. So if you cook, soak and germinate, the phytate part will go away and you can absorb the iron from these sources properly. Only a very small tip which is crucial is you have to add at least 3 of these items every day in your diet. Any 3 of these. It's up to you. The second step is, apart from increasing food items which are rich source of iron, you also need food items which are rich source of vitamin C and copper. Vitamin C and copper increase or enhance the iron absorption in the body. It facilitates the absorption of iron in the body. So what are the rich sources of vitamin C and copper? For vitamin C, you can have lemon, amla, tamarind. You can have tomato, other fruits which have sour taste. For copper, it's very simple. Just have a copper vessel, store water overnight, consume it the next day. You will have a proper copper supplement in your body. Dry fruits are very rich source of all these 3 things. So if you can have raisins, dates, cashew, almonds in your daily diet, it's very good. It will fulfill all the requirements. A third step is to start cooking your food in iron-based vessels. Stop using aluminum any which way, it's very harmful. Stop using any kind of Teflon vessels if you are using. Start using iron vessels. So it's research proved that if you use iron vessels, the amount of iron which gets absorbed or which enters into your body through your diet is more compared to if you cook it in aluminum or any other vessel. Only thing is, there are certain items like milk-based products which you cannot cook in iron vessels, so just take care of that. Fourth important tip, you have to stop consuming things which interfere with iron absorption. What are these? Number one, tannin. Tannin is present in tea. So when you consume tea after your meals, whatever iron you have taken through meal cannot be absorbed properly. Now, I cannot be cruel enough to ask you to stop drinking tea completely, because I know there are many tea lovers out there. My suggestion is you don't consume tea at least 2 hours after your meal. Suppose you are having your lunch at 1 p.m. Please do not consume your tea before 3 p.m. Second thing is calcium-rich food. If you cannot consume calcium-rich and iron-rich food together, because calcium interferes with iron absorption. So suppose you are taking a meal rich in calcium source, please keep a time gap of at least 2 hours before consuming an iron supplement, or vice versa. The fifth important point is to take iron supplements. Supplements are supplements. That is something which you take temporarily to reach to a particular level and then stop it. This is what you need to do if your hemoglobin is less than 10 gram. Now, if your hemoglobin is very low, you have to take some supplement for some time, right? And then by the time you can build up your habit of taking iron-rich diet. After a certain time, if your hemoglobin is above 11, you can stop taking your supplement and completely rely on your oral intake of iron sources. A very important note here, pregnant females have to take their iron supplements as prescribed by their doctors, because no dietary changes or modification can completely supplement your iron requirement. Understand that your body is not just alone, you have a baby in your body, so your iron requirement is too high, which cannot be supplemented by any of the food items. So iron supplement, iron tablets are essential for pregnant females. Rest everyone can continue your supplement for some time, and when you have built up a habit of consuming proper iron source, you can stop taking your supplements. Sixth, another important point. Here you have to understand that I have given you 5 ways how you can increase the iron storage in your body. Now the 6th step is regarding how to reduce the iron loss from the body. Now, how can you lose iron from the body? Any ways by which you reduce or you lose blood from the body is a source of reducing iron from the body. For example, suppose there are few people who are on blood thinners like aspirin or warfarin. They might have minor bleedings in the body which can lead to iron loss. Second thing, worm infestation. I have explained in my previous video, Encyclostoma duodenale. It causes a hookworm. It attaches to the wall of intestine and keeps sucking your blood all the time, right? So that way you can lose a lot of iron. Then few people have piles that can also lead to blood loss and iron loss. Then menstruation in female, all these things are related to blood loss and iron loss. So you have to go consult a doctor if there is any sign that you are losing blood from your body. And how can you identify that? Just a tip, look at your stool. If the stool is black colored, tarred, it indicates that probably there is some bleeding going on in your intestine. Also, if you have a frank blood coming through your rectum or while passing stool, that indicates you have piles or anal fissure. So small ways, small tips which you can take and identify whether you are having blood loss from the body. And if it is there, you need to go and talk to your doctor, get that sorted. Because even if you are trying a lot to increase your iron store, if there is a place from where you're losing iron, it doesn't make any sense, right? So you have to focus on 2 things if you need to win this battle. Now I assure you that if you follow all these steps properly, you will cure your anemia 100%. Also, you will have to pay minimal things on your hospital bills or on your pharmacy bills. Just your proper food intake, mindful eating. So this was all about management of iron deficiency anemia. Do let me know through comment box whether you liked it and you started following it. If you find any difficulty while following these steps, you can contact me anytime. So this was all about today's video. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay happy at your place.